Hi there! Today I'm knitting little red hats to send into the Little Hats Big Hearts campaign for the American Heart Association. So we're going to cast on 52 stitches. Alright, this is for the Little Hats Big Hearts campaign. Okay, so we're, as you can see, that's 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit, 2 purl, so we have a 2-2 rib. I'm on row 39 now, so I'm finishing row 39. I'm on the knit here, so as you can see. Now, I kind of go, there's 2 ways to do the knit and 2 ways to do the purl stitch. As you can see, I'm probably doing it backwards than you're used to. See, I go like this. I just got accustomed to doing it backwards, but I'll do it the right way for those of you who know how to knit the regular way. The knit stitch, I just did it the way I usually do it, but the knit stitch, yarn to the back always, no matter how you do the knit. And this is how you're usually taught. You go in from the front and up. That's the knit. See, that's the normal way. But I've gotten accustomed, see, that's the normal way to do it. Am I on camera? I go in through the back, and the purl stitch, the normal way you're taught is like this. And for some reason I got used to doing it. That's the normal way, but either way is fine. Now yarn to the back. I'll do it the way I usually do it. I usually go in through the back. It's a knit stitch. It's also a knit stitch. Don't worry, that's a knit stitch as well, just like the way maybe that you learned. And I do the purl stitch this way, and I'm at the end of the row too. So it doesn't matter, as long as the yarn is in the front, you're doing the purl, and as long as the yarn is in the back, you're doing the knit. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to start our decreases at this next row. So turn the work over. Okay, now for this row, basically what we're going to do now is decrease every other row or every 2 rows until, you'll see, till we get to 11 stitches on the needle. So, but the first row that we're going to start the decreases on, knit 2, as you know, as if you're starting the regular way, and now knit these 2 together. They would have ordinarily have been the purl stitches. Just knit, get both stitches here, knit 2 together. I'll do it this way. Sometimes it's hard when they're here. Sometimes it's easier. Here's a trick you might want to learn. Flip the stitch over. It's just a twisted stitch. That's why it's, you know. Alright, so knit 2 together. Knit 2. You know, knit 1, and then knit 2 together. I'm gonna get it this way. It's easier for me. However you do the knits, but I'm knitting 2 together. See? So you knit 2 stitches and then knit 2 stitches together, and that's how you're going to start to decrease the rows. Okay, it's kind of breezy. I hope you can hear me. Okay, so we're on knit 2. So we're finishing up the first decrease row. Knit 1, knit 1, knit 2 together. That's the decrease. And we're finishing here. Knit 1, knit 1, and knit 2 together. This next row we just purl the whole row. We don't do any decreases on the return row. It's just purling. So again, bear in mind that I purl and I knit backwards from regular people, but the result is the same. So we have 39 stitches on the needles now because we've decreased. So just purl all the way to the end of the row. Okay. it's the same idea, except instead of knitting two, knit, then knit two together, you're going to knit one. So here's how we're going to decrease. Knit one, knit two together. And do that until the end of this row. Knit one stitch by itself and knit the next two stitches together. Okay, and we're at the last of the end of this decrease row. Knit one and knit two together. And that's all you do. Okay, return row, you just purl the whole row. You purl. See how it's looking now? It's changed. This is the elastic stitch, and then this is where you started the decrease. It has this. This is the purl side, and this is the knit side. You can't really see right now, but that's all just becoming the jersey stitch now. So, okay, we've got 3 stitches left to purl. We're on the purl row, which is just the return row after the decreases. Okay, now again, we're just gonna decrease on this row. I've turned the work. So we're going to decrease by knitting one, then knitting two together. Knit one, knit two together, two together. Okay, knit one, knit two together. Okay, at the end of this decrease row, however, you're going to say to yourself, wait a minute, there's 4 left because I just did the 1. Okay, so now I've got to do 2, the decrease. So I decrease 2. And then at the end of this row, you're only going to have 2 stitches left, which the instructions don't say what to do here. Do I do 1 and then 1, or do I just take 2 together? So I guess I'm just going to take both of them together. You do however you like. Maybe you want to do 1, 1, and then, you know, on the next row, on the next decrease row, you know, work it out. But 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 17 left. So now this row you just purl. It's not a decrease row, it's a return row. So you just purl all the way across, and on the next decrease row we should have it down to 11. A little lopsided because I'm taking, what I'm going to do is start out this row taking 2 together to make up for the 2 together that I took at the end of the last row. So here we'll do it the opposite. Start with 2. Now the instructions don't say this, but I'm doing it to make up, because to make up for the extra stitches, because we want it down to 11. So I knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together, and that's the end. And now we'll have 11 stitches left. Here's the end, and we've got this, you know, which is attached to the ball. Leave about, I don't know, it says to leave 14 inches. I think that's way too much, but you know, leave maybe 12-inch extra, because you're going to use this. Yeah, maybe 14. Let's do, you know, if after the first hat you realize it's too much, then, you know, leave less. But I'm taking about a 14-inch tail. Okay, cut it. You need enough to sew the hat, because you're going to now make it into like a tube, and you're going to close the top. So then get one of these big sort of needles. It's for closing knitting, and, you know, thread the needle. It's like a bead that in there, and you don't have to cast off. Just feed this tail through so that you don't lose the stitches. I'm doing it left-handed. Here, let me flip it around, because I'm not a left-handed, I'm right-handed. But so see, here's the end, and then just basically, so that the stitches don't get undone, you feed this thread through each stitch one by one. And take it off the needle. You know, we feed it through the stitches. Here, see? We're almost done with this part. Okay, and then we just those stitches are safe. They're not going to come undone. And get rid of these needles now. Now see how I'm pulling this? It automatically sort of forms a tube, but now you've got to sew this down the side. And then so now you just close this side and you'll have your hat. I sort of feed it in, you know, sort of like this way. Make sure it's snug. So basically you have to have, you know, close it going down the side, down to here. And then what's left on the other side, I kind of left a little too much on this side. Just tie a knot there so that it doesn't come undone. Thanks for watching.